Dyatlov Pass Incident. A mysterious historical tragedy. The Dyatlov Pass incident is one of the most chilling and mysterious unsolved cases in history. It occurred in 1959 in the Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union, where 9 experienced hikers perished under mysterious and horrifying circumstances. Despite multiple investigations and theories, no single explanation has ever been confirmed. Below is a detailed historical account of the incident, covering the background, discovery, investigations, and theories surrounding this tragedy. 1. Background and preparation. In January 1959, a group of 10 experienced hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute set off on a trek to the Ural Mountains, aiming to reach Otorten Mountain. The team was led by Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old engineering student and skilled mountaineer. Their goal was to complete a 300-kilometer journey in the harsh winter conditions, earning them a Grade 3 hiking certification, the highest level in Soviet mountaineering. 1.1. The team members. The team originally consisted of 10 members. Igor Dyatlov, leader, 23. Zenata Kolmogorova, 22. Lyudmila Dubinina, 20. Alexander Klevetov, 4. Rustem Slobodin, 23. Yuri Doroshenko, 21. Nikolai Thibault Brignolil, 4. Semyon Zolotaryov, 38. Yuri Krivonoshenko, 23. Yuri Yudin, 21. Left the expedition early due to illness. Yuri Yudin, the only survivor, fell ill on the way and had to return home, unknowingly escaping a tragic fate. 1.2. The route and expected timeline. The hikers planned to follow a well-documented route through the Ural Mountains. Their journey was expected to last about 16 days, with the team sending a telegram to their sports club upon their return. When the message never came, search efforts began. 2. The discovery of the camp. After several days of no contact, search parties, including volunteers, local Mansi hunters, and Soviet military personnel, began scouring the mountains. On February 26, 1959, searchers discovered the group's abandoned tent on the slopes of Kholat Syakhl Mansi, language for dead, mountain. What they found was deeply unsettling. 2.1. The abandoned tent. The tent was partially buried in snow and cut open from the inside. Most of the hikers' clothing and shoes were inside, suggesting they left in a hurry. There were no signs of struggle or an attack at the tent site. Footprints leading away from the tent were barefoot or in socks, indicating they fled in extreme panic. 2.2. The first 5 bodies, about 1.5 kilometers downhill, near a forest edge. 2 bodies were found near a burnt-out fire. Yuri Doroshenko and Yuri Krivonoshenko were lying in only their underwear, showing signs of hypothermia. Their hands were badly burned, possibly from trying to keep warm. Pieces of their clothing were later found on other hikers. 3 more bodies. Igor Dyatlov, Zenata Kolmogorova, and Rustem Slobodin were discovered between the forest and the tent. They appeared to have died trying to return to the tent, but had no major external injuries except for Slobodin, who had a small skull fracture. 2.3. The last 4 bodies. It took 2 more months to find the remaining 4 hikers in a ravine, buried under 4 meters of snow. Their injuries were far more severe. Lyudmila Dubinina and Nikolai Thibault had massive skull fractures. Semyon Zolotaryov had broken ribs and a missing eye. Dubinina's tongue and eyes were missing, adding to the mystery. 3. Investigation and theories. The Soviet investigation ruled that the hikers had died from an unknown, compelling force. But what could have caused their deaths? Here are some leading theories. 3.1. Avalanche theory. One of the most widely accepted explanations suggests that an avalanche forced them to flee their tent. However, the slope was not steep enough for a typical avalanche. Their bodies were not buried under deep snow. Footprints were still visible, suggesting no sudden collapse. 3.2. Katabatic wines. Some experts suggest strong wines caused panic, but this does not explain the severe internal injuries of the last four hikers. 3.3. Infrasound and paranoia. The theory suggests that low-frequency sound waves caused by wind patterns might have triggered paranoia, causing the hikers to flee irrationally. 3.4. Secret military tests. Some believe Soviet military experiments were responsible. Bright orange spheres were reported in the sky that night. Some hikers had radioactive traces on their clothing. The bodies had unusual tan skin and gray hair, as if exposed to radiation. 3.5. Yeti or cryptid attack. A more outlandish theory suggests that the hikers were attacked by a Yeti or unknown creature, but no physical evidence supports this.